Hey everybody, I'm Ghost Boy, and sadly Halloween is over, and it's not Christmas yet. So here's a very special Thanksgiving video. Top 8 animated Thanksgiving specials. I was gonna do top 5, but then I realized there was more specials I wanted to talk about. As usual, none of these specials are in any kind of order from best to worst, but number 1 is definitely my favorite on the list. With all that being said, let's begin our list. Hey Arnold, Arnold's Thanksgiving. Arnold's senile grandmother gets all of the holidays confused, so they always end up celebrating the 4th of July instead of Thanksgiving. Helga's parents are both kinda jerks and love her older sister more than they do her. Arnold and Helga are both sad and leave their houses. They end up bumping into each other and talk about how they just want to celebrate a normal, traditional Thanksgiving, because neither of them have really ever had one before. They end up at their school teacher's house hoping they can celebrate Thanksgiving with him and his family. But once they see how terrible and crazy his family is, they realize they might not have it as bad as they thought they did. And that even though their families are crazy and make them want to pull their hair out, Thanksgiving is about spending time with the ones you love, even if they are crazy and hard to be around. They go back home and both of them actually end up having a pretty great Thanksgiving. Rick and Morty's Thanksgiving Spectacular. I don't know how to properly explain what this episode is about because it's so insane, but if you've seen the show, then you know how crazy it is, so please don't judge me for not explaining this very well. Rick, Morty, and the President all turn themselves into turkeys, but then a turkey accidentally gets turned into a human and creates an army of super turkey soldiers. So Rick, Morty, and the President all have to put their differences aside and work together to set things back to normal. They also all eat Thanksgiving dinner together. It's funny, festive, and crazy as hell. It's also probably the best holiday special Rick and Morty have done so far. Steven Universe, Gem Harvest. So technically, this isn't actually a Thanksgiving episode, but it basically is, even though no one actually says it's Thanksgiving. Steven visits Peridot and Lapis and find out they've been growing corn and pumpkins and all sorts of different stuff. Quickly after that, Steven's long-lost uncle shows up, and we find out that the barn that Peridot and Lapis have been living in used to belong to Steven's uncle. He's upset about it and wants them to leave. He doesn't like them and they don't like him. But in the end, they all get along and end up liking each other. They all have a big harvest dinner, bonding and spending time together as a family. And if that isn't what Thanksgiving is all about, then I don't know what is. Garfield's Thanksgiving. This is another one that I love and watch every year. Garfield is excited for Thanksgiving, but John takes him to the vet and the veterinarian puts him on a diet. So Garfield can't eat all of the delicious Thanksgiving food he wants to, so he decides to ruin dinner for everyone else as well. I'm not gonna lie, this special always makes me laugh. John tries to get the veterinarian to go on a date with him, and when he asks her out, she literally tells him she would rather die. But somehow he manages to convince her to come to Thanksgiving dinner. But between John being an idiot and not knowing how to cook anything, and Garfield trying to sabotage dinner for everyone, it looks like Thanksgiving is ruined. But then Garfield has a genius idea to call John's grandma, and she shows up to make a delicious Thanksgiving dinner and saves the day. I swear Garfield has the best holiday specials. Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. All of them are perfect, and I look forward to watching them every year. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Peppermint Patty invites herself and everyone else to Charlie Brown's house on Thanksgiving, even though he already has plans to go visit his grandma for Thanksgiving dinner. Now he has to have 2 Thanksgiving dinners, one with all his friends and another one after that with his family. The only problem is Charlie Brown doesn't really know how to cook anything, so Snoopy and Woodstock help him to try to make a very special Thanksgiving meal for all of his friends. And that's about it. It's a pretty simple story, but I think that's what makes Charlie Brown so great, is that it doesn't have some big, crazy, complicated story. It's just the characters we love celebrating the holidays in their own unique way. It's very calming, and out of all of the Charlie Brown holiday specials, I think this one just might be my favorite. Rugrats, the turkey who came to dinner. Most of the specials I've talked about so far on this list are pretty simple, but this one has a lot going on in it. Grandpa Lou comes home saying that he won a turkey in some sort of contest, but it won't be delivered until 4 o'clock. All of the moms don't want to wait that late to start cooking, so they go out to every grocery store hoping to find a turkey if they aren't already sold out. All of the dads are obsessed with watching football, and they have 6 different TVs so they can watch every football game at the same time, but they struggle with getting all of the TVs set up. And of course, we can't forget about that turkey that Grandpa Lou was talking about. It gets delivered to the house, but little did everyone know that the turkey is still alive and not ready to be eaten. All of the babies find the turkey and become friends with it, but of course Angelica is a jerk and tells them that their families are going to eat the turkey for Thanksgiving dinner. So now all the babies try desperately to hide the turkey and set it free so nobody hurts it. This special definitely isn't my favorite on the list, and I've personally always liked the spin-off show All Grown Up more than the original Rugrats show. But I still do really enjoy this special, and it really does cover all the different parts of Thanksgiving. Tommy's mom reads all the babies a book talking about the origins of Thanksgiving. All of the moms trying to get a turkey to cook for Thanksgiving dinner. The dads watching football. And Angelica is even watching the parade on TV at one point, and calls it the Tracy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, obviously a reference to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In the same year this episode aired, the Rugrats had their own balloon float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, so there's a little fun fact, I guess. I don't think I've seen this special on any of the list of animated Thanksgiving specials, and I don't know why. It's very good and underappreciated. You should definitely check it out if you're looking for more Thanksgiving specials to watch. Now, since I'm talking about the Rugrats Thanksgiving special, I also have to talk about the super underrated All Grown Up Thanksgiving special. A 45-minute special titled Are We Havin' Fun Yet? Susie gets invited to sing on the Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. This time they call it the Gracie's Thanksgiving Day Parade. All of the moms are trying to bond more with their kids because they know they're getting older and are worried they won't be as close to them as they used to be. So all of the moms rent an RV and take their kids on a road trip, hoping to bond with them and stop at every tourist attraction along the way to New York. But the kids are hating the trip and feel smothered by their mom's love, so one night after everyone is asleep they all sneak out, but the moms don't realize that they're gone and accidentally leave them behind, driving very far away, and then the RV breaks down. So once they realize their kids are gone, they can't go back to get them. Now the kids are stranded all on their own, and it's a race to get Susie to New York to sing on the Thanksgiving Day Parade before it's too late. Now if I'm being honest, this special really isn't very festive or Thanksgiving-y, because we never really see the family sit down and eat Thanksgiving dinner. But I think it's better than just an average traditional Thanksgiving special, because it does something new and something different. It's a very heartfelt story, and you understand all of the characters' perspectives. You can understand the kids wanting to grow up and feeling embarrassed by their parents. But you also understand the moms wanting to spend time with their kids before they really aren't kids anymore. You get to see the kids on their own trying their best to be responsible and grown up, but they also break down crying and feel bad for trying to push their moms away. So even though this isn't a very traditional Thanksgiving special, I still think it's worth watching because it's extremely heartfelt and has a great story. And now for the #1 animated Thanksgiving special of all time. Regular Show, the Thanksgiving special. Now the whole reason I made this video is because it's kinda hard to find Thanksgiving specials. Halloween and Christmas are the most popular holidays, and Thanksgiving just kinda gets brushed over by most people. So there's tons of Halloween specials and Christmas specials, but very few Thanksgiving specials. And that's exactly why the creators of Regular Show decided to make the best Thanksgiving special ever. If you've seen the show before, then you know Mordecai and Rigby are always accidentally messing things up and getting yelled at. But this time they mess up worse than ever, when they play football inside the house and accidentally end up ruining the entire Thanksgiving meal everyone just finished making. Now everybody's family will be arriving soon and they have nothing for Thanksgiving dinner. Benson doesn't even really yell at them like he always does, but he tells them this is the worst thing they've ever done. And he understands them wrecking things for him because they do that every day. But this time they didn't just wreck everything for him, they wrecked everything for everyone, including their own families. Now Mordecai and Rigby have to try to make things right and save Thanksgiving before it's too late. Just like I was saying earlier about there being tons of Halloween and Christmas specials but not many Thanksgiving specials, the same thing can be said about songs, but this special has 2 Thanksgiving songs, both of which are great. I don't want to say much more about this special because I don't really want to spoil anything, even though I probably already spoiled all the other Thanksgiving specials I talked about on this list. But I will say this is definitely my personal favorite Thanksgiving special ever, and I highly recommend it even if you've never seen regular show before. Because it's a very fun and surprisingly heartfelt Thanksgiving special that always gets me in the mood for Thanksgiving. Well everybody, that's the end of my list. I hope you enjoyed this video and found some new Thanksgiving specials to watch this year. Let me know your favorite Thanksgiving specials in the comments, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving.